This is an example of the finishFloor command. I've got a copy of Revit's Advanced Sample Project open in Revit 2012. I've made a couple updates to this project before starting the command. First off, I've created several new floor types to represent the floor finishes that I'm going to use. Secondly, I've filled out the floor finish parameter for all the rooms on the second floor, which is what we're looking at here. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and pre-select the entire finished floor, the entire second floor, making sure that I've got all the rooms selected. You don't have to pre-select, but if you pre-select, it will filter to only the selected rooms. If I have no selection present, it will give me all the rooms in the project. So I'm going to go over to my Revolution Design tab in 2012 or my Add-ins tab in 2011 and hit the Create finishFloors button. This will bring me my main dialog. And you'll see on this dialog we've got a couple parts. Up at the top we've got my floor types. I've got a list here of all the floor types in the project. You can see my finished floors that I've created here, my types that I've created here. I've got set selected rooms to current type, set all rooms to current floor type. What this part is for manually overriding certain things. I can select a series here and pick a floor type and say set selected or set all rooms that I've selected down here to the current floor type. More often though, I'm going to use what's called finish code mapping here. finishFloors will pull out every finish code that I have in that floor finish parameter in any of the selected rooms. In this case I've got 4 of them. I've got carpet 1, carpet 2, VCT 1, and wood flooring 1. I've already used the save mapping function. What I did essentially was just took this list and said, okay, this CPT1 code should map to this floor type, carpet type 1, carpet type 2 should be there, VCT should be this one, etc., etc. And then hit the save mapping. Once I hit save mapping, that's saved, and then every time from then on, it automatically, any codes that are included in that map will automatically show up here and automatically populate themselves. They'll also automatically populate everything down here based on the finished code of the room itself. So essentially I don't have to change anything right here as long as I'm not trying to override something that I've got. Okay, so I've got all of these set to create finishFloors. I've got them all set to the right type automatically. I've got one more checkbox down here. It says replace floors currently associated with specified rooms. That's irrelevant right now because it deals with if there's a current floor already created. This is the first time we've created them, so you can see all of them have current floor type none. So that box will not do anything. I'll get to that in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say create floors. It's going to think for a minute, and it will create a floor object at the boundaries of each room that is correct based on the finished code that we've got there. And you can see, okay, I can go back and look through here now graphically and see, okay, that administration doesn't look right. It says VCT 1. Let's give them carpet 1 instead. They don't want VCT in there. I just changed the room object itself right now. I'm also going to say this office looks a little too skinny. I'm going to bump this over a little bit and start revising. Maybe my floor plan gets moved a little bit. As you can see, my finished floors are a little bit off right now. They're not unfortunately updated automatically. However, I can select those floors that are not correct, go back to my Revolution Design tab or Add-ins for 2011 and hit Update finishFloors. As soon as I do that, bam, they're back in the right place. You can see administration now updated itself based on the finish code that I changed, and so it updated itself to that carpet 1 just like it's supposed to be. Okay, now if we go back to the Create finishFloors, and I'm going to pre-select maybe just a couple of these rooms now. Let's go back into that finishFloors command and look back at that other button. As you can see, when we come up now, we've still got our mapping just like we had saved previously, but now I've got a current floor type. Currently there's VCT finish in there, wood flooring, yada yada. It's the ones that we just created. Okay, now this checkbox means something. If I say replace, it will delete anything that's in there and replace it with the new one. If I uncheck this, it will create a new one on top of the old one. So if you're creating a couple offsets, it can work that way as well. And that's finishFloors.